Hey, what's up? This is Zach here at the GM podcast in Bangkok, Thailand. Super excited to be talking with Victor about nodes and honestly anything else. So before we kick things off, how are you doing today?
Great, great. This is just my first day here, and it's hot, but it's nice.
How are the vibes?
The vibes are, as always, as in any crypto. Then Ethereum conference. That's my fourth Devcon.
Okay.
So
OG.
yeah, more or less, more or less.
Very cool. So before we kind of dive into this, can you tell us maybe a little bit like who you are, the company that you're with, and sort of your position within the company?
Yeah, so I'm a co-founder of Humanode, and well, we do decentralization basically in different senses through biometric Sybil resistance. A lot of buzzwords, but basically we try to prove that you are human on the internet, unique human, without knowing who you are, shortly. And we do it on different levels. And one of those is to, well, decentralize the blockchain layer 1 itself, which we think currently is still centralized, despite the fact what Vitalik and others are currently right now talking on the main stage of Devcon.
Explain.
Well,
Controversial. First take.
The crypto tech is decentralized. It's open source. You can fork it. You can check it. You have several clients, which is great in Ethereum, unlike others. But if you look at what is it based on? First of all, it's based on capital requirements. So before you needed a lot of mining equipment. In Bitcoin, you still need it. And then Bitcoin gets centralized around mining pools, which are the decision makers on the upgrades of Bitcoin. And in Ethereum, you have professional validators mostly, right? You have staking pools. We all know them, like Lido. The other ones are even exchanges like Binance and Coinbase. And of course, Lido is a DAO, but it's still a DAO which is based on staking requirements. And basically, capital is not decentralized. This is the main point here. And we all talk about inequality, right? Financial inequality in the world. And still, in crypto, we base our layer 1s on the same capital requirements. So if you look at it as a political system, it is a plutocracy if you have direct governance, like in Polkadot, for example. And in Ethereum, that's why probably they don't still yet have on-chain governance, because it would be a complete plutocracy. And we don't even know who are the biggest stakers of Ethereum is. And most likely it comes down to 10, 20 people in this world who would be able to decide on the governance of decentralized network, which certainly happens in other blockchains and DAOs, where it is more transparent than Ethereum in terms of governance. But yeah, the main take is that capital is not decentralized. This is why proof of work and proof of stake can never be decentralized. If you look at the governments we have, for some reason we have one person, one vote systems and democracies, right?
Not in the US.
Well, not everywhere. And they try to do that, okay? We're not there yet. But yeah, pretty much we still have the same equity structures all around in crypto, which are just more inclusive in terms of anybody can become part of it, but just a small part of it.
Very interesting. Yeah. And when you talk about sort of decentralization, what does that mean to you?
That means a few things. The decentralization of infrastructure. So who actually holds the servers, right? The next step is decentralization of governance, which is the decision making on the protocol upgrades, for example, or the treasury expenditures. So I would say these two main things. And of course, you can increase, so the consensus that you have, the consensus algorithm, okay, it influences the scalability, the security, but it doesn't really influence the decentralization. So decentralization comes from the mechanisms we use, and currently in blockchains, they're based on capital. And yeah, our take is that we are scaling blockchains. We are now talking mostly about layer 2s and layer 3s. but we forget about the fact that our layer ones are not perfect, I would say. And well, there is one thought about why the financial system is not on like Ethereum or Bitcoin yet, and this is because the biggest guys in the world, they kind of control the financial system we have currently, and they don't want to move to the system which is controlled by other people who they even don't know, and probably it's again a handful of people. So first they will buy us out, and then they will move there to the like crypto world, so to say.
Very cool. So kind of talking about the stage of Humanode right now, can you talk about like how the node, maybe what is like a node in
Okay.
get into
It's the same pretty much node.
Okay.
It's like a full node, keeping the whole history of the blockchain. It participates in block production, block finalization. So based on Polkadot SDK, which substrate before, it was just a choice of the programming language, I would say, because we love Rust. And well, to become a validator, in our case, you don't need a lot of equipment. You don't need a lot of capital to buy a huge stake of 32 ETH or whatever, or to get into 100 of the validators, top validators, to become part of the consensus. So all you need is to set up this $10, $20 server at your home or cloud, and then prove you are a unique and real human being behind it. And we wanted to figure out how to do that back in 2017, but only in 2020 we found out that, hey, biometrics currently finally reached the accuracy where we can have a network like that and verify people through different methods. For now we use facial recognition. Iris recognition is great, just not available on many devices, only specialized ones. Palm recognition is going to become soon, I think, better in accuracy, but not still there. So for now, it's facial recognition. And the idea is to abstract away all the data as much as possible, still using the best biometric algorithms in the world, so that we could ensure that basically one person can only launch one node, and keep the network really distributed, not decentralized, but like in proof of stake, centralized around the biggest holders.
What stage are you guys in right now? Like, is the node sale live? Have they been sold?
No, it's just no node sales. Well, we launched already the mainnet 2 years ago.
Okay.
And well, the network has been running smoothly, I'd say. We're right now at 1.5K human nodes, as we call them. And well, it works just fine.
What's the sort of the roadmap for this 6 months, year, maybe 2 years?
The next important step, so we have these 1.5K nodes, and each of them has a power of 1, each are equally participating in consensus. But the governance is not decentralized yet at all. So only on the node, on validator level, on infrastructure level, we are decentralized. On the governance side, no. So the next step would be to make really real on-chain governance. We always talk about the fake DAOs we currently have, and about Snapshot. Everybody uses Snapshot because it's the easiest way to fake a DAO. Okay. Why it's a fake DAO? Because, well, there is a voting happening, but then how do you execute the proposal after it's voted upon? Well, there is usually a team that has all the keys to execute it, right? So getting to during the next years, step number 1 is to create this DAO, which is not a fake one. And step number 2 would be to have several biometric clients, because for now we're using just one technology provider, which we think is the best. Probably not. So the idea is to have more biometric providers so that we won't rely on just one client.
Very cool. Kind of bringing it to Thailand, where we are here. What was kind of the goal to come to Devcon this year as your 4th year, I know, but
As usually, to meet old friends, to meet new friends.
Yeah, that's a good reasons. Yeah.
To listen to interesting lectures. There's always something new. And I think I love Devcon compared to other conferences. You know, people say, oh, we went to Token 2049, so we're not going to Devcon. But these things are completely different. Like the Singapore conference was more of a corporate one, right? And here you don't even see the sale of the booths where you can pay 30K to get your company there. No, there's nothing like that on Devcon. So the vibes are different.
Yeah, no, that is really interesting. And how do you think that, the future of, because obviously it's put on by Ethereum, how is the future of Ethereum looking at? Right now we sit and Solana is about 1/4 the market cap of Ethereum. There's obviously a lot of momentum there. Do you see a day where Solana could flip Ethereum?
Well, since 2017, we're waiting for a day when Ethereum flips Bitcoin because Bitcoin is archaic technology and
The market cap just keeps growing.
yeah, the market cap
The
just
dominance, Bitcoin market cap dominance has grown.
This is true. This is true. There are a few reasons for it. Maybe decentralization is one of them. Maybe the transparency of governance, whatever. But Solana is a great ecosystem as well, more consumer focused. But I think that now Ethereum people got the idea of the fact that we're pretty much done with the new ideas in the market, right? So people around say there's nothing new here anymore. I mean, in the whole crypto ecosystem. So we're finally getting to the level where people don't look at the shiny new infrastructure, but more are switching to consumer things, which can finally bring...
Like poly market?
Yeah, like polymarket is an idea that was there in development for almost 10 years by different projects. Okay, there was Gnosis, there was Augur, who were there since 2016, but polymarket just made it happen. Probably because of the UX. So things, yeah, we're really, I think that, well, the next stage for Ethereum is to get to the level of the user friendliness, the same as, or even better that Solana has. So do I see, again, your question, Solana flipping Ethereum? Maybe. I can't predict the future, but I'm sure that Ethereum ecosystem is catching up a lot in terms of abstracting away all the difficult things, in terms of concentrating more on the consumer side. And so Solana won't be the ultimate winner in that sense. Ethereum will quickly catch up.
I'm glad to hear that. No, I agree. And I think it's going to be a win for consumers because the competition will bring out the best in all of them. Cool. Well, thank you so much for the fantastic interview. I feel like we got into a lot of good topics here. Really appreciate it. Make sure to follow them on socials and love to continue this conversation more.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a
How
hive.
many know we do not understand that we do not understand?
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the Genzio Media House.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us today.